Hey guys, this is Mike the Wrestling God Smith. This video is actually for the AEW NXT review. Um, I was gonna do it last night, but I really kind of have to. I really had to think about. I had to put some things together in my head because of all the stuff that happened last night between AEW and everything else. So I'm probably gonna start off with AEW first because there's a lot of stuff going on. So AEW, basically the first match we had in AEW that I've seen, we basically had a match between Miro and Trent because that was the first match, and then we had a no we had a sorry we had a tag team match with Sammy and Santana. We had a match and then against MJF and Wardlow. I mean, it was a really good solid match. They almost won because Wardlow basically hit Sammy with the F10 and knocked it, but Santana with the F10. Sammy was outside in the ring. I think he tweaked his ankle because it looked like he landed when he was doing the when he was trying to do the jump and then Wardlow caught him. I think he tweaked his ankle. And then the thing was like they were basically just going back. Like Wardlow was just basically making most of the control most of the match, and then MJF got in. He tried to do Salt to the Earth, but didn't get it. And then he tried to do Salt to the Earth, and I think that was it. Then Wardlow did the F10, then kicked. Sammy stopped, saved the match. Sammy did his he basically did the go to sleep, and then did the flip, and then basically he goes under the crowd, and the crowd is like hyping him, like the crowd is like cheering for him, except for this one dude, and he gives the finger, and he basically has a Serpentico because we think it's Serpentico, but it's not. It's just a dude in a Serpentico mask. It turns out to be Matt Hardy. So their rivalry is still going strong. They're beating the crap out of each other. So that started it, and then they had and then we also got a match. Then we also had a match between we had a match we had a match between uh basically Trent of Best Friends against Miro. That was a good match. But Miro, it was really about Miro and like I guess a rivalry between Miro and Trent is brewing because from what I remember from what the storyline was telling me that Trent was his like mentor back in the Indies, and then he wanted to show him like because he still wanted to get revenge for that the video game system that he gave for Kip for his wedding a wedding gift. And I remember that like because he was basically like Trent tried to do every type of offense and got Miro off his feet, but mostly Miro just used to he has a really good power game. It was really a solid match. He tried to do the DDT but got caught, got stuffed a couple of times. Basically, I gotta say Wardlow was like I think he is the dude, but Miro kind of has him beat by a couple of moves because like he literally can do kicks. He can literally do a savate kick. He can basically do a senton if he really decides to do that. He basically like because he basically was getting on him like he was beating him, and it was just crazy because like I've seen a lot of crazy stuff, and then pretty much pretty much after the match, Miro basically told us like I told you I'm different. I'm not the same guy I was. And, they're beating up on Trent. And then Kip Sabian's beating up on Trent outside. And then what happens is during the match, Orange Cassidy interferes, but he doesn't really interfere. He's kind of messing with Penelope. Penelope Ford. She slaps the glasses off of him. He takes her glasses. They get on. And then Trent gets on Kip. Chucky T is basically beating up on basically him and Kip Sabian are fighting backstage and basically fighting and they're having a brawl. Which I mean, it was really good because the ending was like the ending to that match was that Orange Cassidy they Orange Cassidy best friend stand tall. I like the new shirt they have on. And then it was they did the promo for All Out with all these new people. I'm really getting a feeling that most of like stuff that's gonna happen at basically at like all Full Gear this Saturday actually is like a lot of stuff is happening, and I thought we're not done. And the thing is, we actually had a fantastic match. I actually got to see Hager. I got to see Jericho stand tall against like with the Sammy man because pretty much it was literally MJF trying to beat up on Sammy. Hager comes in, beats the crap out of Wardlow, throws him out, and then they're standing tall. So the heels are standing tall, and then we got a I forgot I think it was Red Velvet or Sweet. We got a Sweet Velvet against Nyla Rose match. I mean, that was good, but here's my problem with that match because it was like she. Here's the thing with Sweet Velvet that nobody gets. Like she's just like anybody else that like from Dark that don't really that are trying to do well but are not really kind of floundering. Is that it was a lot of great offense. I kind of feel a little bit different about it. It wasn't it wasn't as well as I thought it was going to be because Nyla Rose is literally the most dominant woman next to Hikaru Shida and Riho and all these other people in Emmy because it's really ridiculous how they've been doing it and I'm just like I love Vicky being there, her manager, because it works so well because she's a heel manager anyway, and I like that she did some things with her because like Brandy was really trying to help her, but I really think that she wasn't going to take. I really think she wasn't going to beat her because like soon as Nyla got her into the Beast Bomb and literally got into the combination, she didn't let go. Like she locked her hands and didn't let go and basically did it. It was a 1-2. It was a squash match, but it was a well done squash match. Um, Pretty much. Then we basically had a Darby Allin video package talking like he was in a car, he broke the car, and they basically ran over a dude in a Cody mask. And I'm hoping Sting gets involved. I really want Sting to be in AEW because I think him and Darby Allin as his mentor would work because I think he's got the Sting, he's got it like his gimmick is like Sting's but just very different and I like that it is and like he's just a really good guy. I mean Dark Order. I'm glad we're having basically John Silver fight Orange Guys. I think that's gonna really be a good match. I think the Kenny Hangman thing is gonna be great because you know what I think is gonna be great. Like I said with the outcomes, I think that like I said when I made my prediction, it could go either way, and I'm hoping that that Adam Hangman is not inebriated. I really hope because if he is, it's like Kenny's just gonna do a V trigger, good night and done. And I just want him like I really want to see if Kenny's gonna take the thing off on Mox because that rivalry could start again. I think that's a really good idea to start because that would give him plenty of fuel during towards Revolution. I just feel like it would because you know what? Because I liked it. I even like the fact that we got a promo with her, but I like the fact that Hikaru wasn't afraid of Nyla and she wanted to fight her because she had that look on her face like she really wanted to jump the barricade and fight. And the referees had to hold on Nyla back, and basically Hikaru Shida said, she just held up the title. She said, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna hurt myself, but I'm gonna do it in the ring." And I feel like okay, I love that Thunder Rose is defending the belt on an AEW, but I'm hoping that she stays on AEW at least because here's the thing. Even if she did go to the WWE, they probably would let her go, and she'd probably be the most dominant champion. She probably would have a really good match with Asuka because she's never had a match with her. A lot of things. But anyway, like I said, that was like AEW was fantastic. I did love the promo bit between Mox and Eddie because it was a really good promo bit. I liked it. It was a really good back and forth because Mox is like Eddie Kingston's problem is Mox is like Mox isn't the same dude, and I think that's why he doesn't like him. I think that's why the beef is still there. But I'm hoping, even if he beats Eddie, I really kind of want to see Pat come back. I know he's coming back I know he's gonna come back, but I think he's gonna come back at the pay per view this Saturday. I think he's gonna come back because I think it's gonna be I really think it's gonna be a fantastic pay per view. I think it's gonna be well developed. I think at the end of the day, like between everything that's happened, it's been a lot really because you know what. And I'm also gonna, like I said, but anyway, AEW was great. NXT, I'm gonna get into right into NXT because I apologize if this is a long video, but I'd rather just get through the AEW stuff first because the pay per view is this week. Um, NXT was good. We had a match between basically Ember Moon and Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai won with the help of uh Raquel Gonzalez. I'm just I really just I don't know what they're looking for with Dakota Kai, and I really don't because she could have been champion like 5 times. And I just feel like because like Ember's literally just like she's gonna end up winning the title at some point, or she's probably gonna win it off of Rhea because Rhea's gonna end up winning the belt from Io anyway because she wants to face Io. And I feel like okay, here's the thing: NXT was great, but a lot of things fell flat with NXT that I kind of was not okay with last night because First of all, I felt bored. I felt bored because here's the thing. I felt like they'd done this match. Like they've already done this match already. I feel like this was just a rubber match. I feel like they really didn't even try with them, and I really feel like that couldn't like we should have had a match like for the like we should have had a women's title match like right off the bat just to bring up the ratings a bit. Because it feels like it feels like it mega just feels like they didn't even try with it. And Ember Moon coming back is perfectly like it works, but there's so many women in the division. Like you have Tony, you have Shotzi, you have Candice, you have Io, you have Rhea, you have Gonzalez, you have Raquel Gonzalez. You literally have all these people that are in there, and then you wonder like why is the women like nobody's really going after the title because everybody's fighting like all these people are fighting against people that shouldn't be fighting against. Like the Rhea match we had at Halloween Havoc was pretty good because that was off the chart. That was like a 5 out of 5. But like the Shotzi, like I like the Shotzi match. Like I did like it, but I already kind of knew she was going to lose by distraction because Candice like wanted to get revenge in some way, and what better ways to take her tank? And I think they said her tank is like because her cousins in the military, and she smashed it, and she was crying because she smashed it, and that's tough. Like, and I really think I don't know who that Reaper is, and I got a feeling it's got to be Indy Hartwell. I really wish they would just do a reveal already and stop playing us like fools, man. Because that's my problem. Like that is my problem. Like they don't even. This is the thing they don't try with a lot of things. Like literally, I could have been fine. Like even with the Thatch can wrestling like tutorial, I guess it was okay, but it was really kind of lame. And I just felt like they weren't really gonna do anything. Jake Atlas is still taking on Legado del Fantasma. I mean, I like the whole thing that like they're trying to get Pat. Like I mean, the Pat like even with the Cameron Grimes thing was stupid because Cameron Grimes was gonna win anyway, and he's so afraid of Dexter Loomis because he is a creepy dude. But literally, it just felt flat because and then it was like, and then what we got because I'm thinking about it now, and then the next thing that happened was we got a match between Killian Dane and Everrise, which they're kind of having a rivalry. But here's the thing about Everrise I don't get. Why would you go after Killian Dane and Drake Maverick? And I don't even think they should be in a tag team regardless. I think he really should be a singles competitor. But I don't know what they're booking with him. I feel like I don't know why they're booking with him. It just and then Pat McAfee just showing up with Danny Burch and Pete, and then Pete does a dumb promo saying, "Oh, you got to trust the right people." Roderick Strong taught me that lesson 2 years ago. So pretty much he only joined because he can get revenge on Roderick Strong. And that's the thing. Then they're taking the banner and burning the banner on fire, knowing next week they're gonna get their butts kicked. And I'm sorry, Danny Burch and Only Lorcan, great guys, great dudes, but they suck as heels. They suck because I'm just like, you know what? We could have got a better segment, and it would have been funny, and it would have been kind of cool if they did it when the Undisputed, like they basically put up a picture and all this extra stuff and all this stuff and saying that they're dead. They're not dead. That's Pat McAfee trying to be better than everybody and thinking that he's better, and that's the problem. He's just a dummy. He's really gonna end up not getting a title because what is he gonna do? What is he gonna push Pete to do? Because Pete's what? Pete literally went from being the UK champion from Walter, and then hasn't even decided to have a rematch with him, which I think that would have been fantastic. Or better yet, he's gonna join. Like now, he could have been in a faction. Like really, and this is the thing that kind of gets me with NXT. Guys, like it was great, but my problem was NXT was a solid D. It wasn't even like even the Velveteen Dream Ciampa match wasn't even that great because Velveteen Dream is still hurt. They're not gonna do anything. They're probably not gonna do nothing until War Games. That's the thing about this. Like, there's nothing they can do with him. And I feel bad because I'm like, bro, like Tommaso Ciampa has a great presence and Velveteen Dream has a great presence. But my thing would be, wouldn't you want to call these dudes up now and like kind of put them on Smack, like at least put Velveteen on SmackDown and then put Tommaso on Raw so he could kind of have a bunch of matches with Drew because I really think he would work with Drew and Fiend. I really think it would work. Because there's nothing for him to do. He's taking on the same guy he took on the last, like, 5 takeovers. And I'm just kind of done with him. Because I'm like, there's nothing for him to do. I mean, realistically, there was really nothing for him to do last night. And I felt bored. And I'm being honest with you guys, I really felt bored with it. Because I felt like we've seen this match 1,000 times. I feel like Jake Atlas and Legado del Fantasma are actually doing better because the story actually makes sense. The story makes sense. Like, Swerve is a part of that story too, so he's going to get involved at some point and probably go after the title, which would be great because I'm like, you know what? I just wish they would do something with him. I wish there was just, like, something they would do with Ciampa and put him in, like, a massive storyline. And they won't even do it. And the thing is, the NXT title is still on Finn, but he's not even injured because they won't even tell us if they're gonna strip him. And I would have made him vacate the title because everybody, like, that's the thing. Even if Finn does come back and Cross come back, they're not gonna come back for another probably a solid year. He's not gonna come back. So even if he decides to come back, he might just say, "Listen, I'll go to AEW and be over there." Because I feel like they probably could book him, and he probably would have a massive rivalry. He would probably have a massive rivalry with Brian Cage, with Lance Archer, and I'm pretty sure he would because I think he probably would kill him. But it would probably be it would be a massive pop. It would be really good. He's got the speed, he's got the strength, and that's the problem. And when you got a guy like, and as I said, the big guy, Chris, like, I'm just thinking NXT was just really lame last night because it wasn't really, like, it wasn't popping. It wasn't even, the crowd was into it, but they were more into booing Pat McAfee for a solid hour. And he kept going in, and that's like 30 minutes of time wasted. I mean, that's like a segment on SmackDown. And at least they try. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'm just gonna say, like, NXT gets a D plus from me. AEW gets an A because they actually booked everybody right. I'm really just kind of feeling like with NXT, like I said, I have to sleep on it and think about what AEW is gonna do for this Saturday. But anyway, guys, like, I am gonna do a review. I am gonna do an AEW review for Full Gear because I really want to see what the odds are gonna be. I'm gonna do a review for that. I'm going to do a review for Survivor Series. I don't know if I'm going to watch it depending on what they're doing. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Hearty handshake, too sweet. And good night, guys.